So I'm here talking. What's your name, man?
Humberto.
Roberto?
Humberto.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I like it. Humberto, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Just got out of school.
Yeah. Getting out of school, man.
I'm trying to glad I'm out.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad, man. I'm graduating out of school. It's rough being in there, man.
It is. It really is.
What grade you in, Humberto?
10th grade.
10th grade, man. You still got 2 more years.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I'm already tired of it, so I kind of hope it ends.
Okay. So, like, I was saying I was gonna talk to you about God. So, like, with school and stuff, it kind of gets you thinking about, like, man, this is all just like a waste of my time. Sometimes I'm in there, like, you start thinking about what's the purpose of life? Like, why are we here? So, what do you think? Like, what's the purpose of life? You know, why are we here?
I mean, we all have a purpose. Like, I think we just have to find it. Like, throughout life, we'll find our purpose. Like, God will put us in, like, what He wants us to do.
All right, so you believe in God, and you believe God made you and has a purpose for you. Okay.
He made a purpose for us.
So what would you say to someone like who's an atheist at school or someone that is like, believing in God's stupid? Like, why do you believe in God? What would you say is your reason for believing in God?
I would say I believe in God just because, like, it gives, like, I feel like there has to be somebody out there with greater power, and, like, there's just no way the world was a coincidence. Like, God must have made the world, and I just feel like everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah.
But I think personally, like, for me, I definitely do think God made the world, and there is a God out there.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think, you know, this whole world shouts of a creator, you know, the beauty of it and everything like that. But what do you think about Jesus? Where are you at with Jesus right now?
I mean, I don't really know. I don't really have, like, that much to say about it.
So some people say, like, he was a good teacher. Other people say, like, you know, he's God or something like that. And you're not really sure where you're at with all that?
I'm not really sure I'm on with all that. I just know there's God.
Okay. So Humberto, you said believe in God. So, like, what if you died right now? What happens after that?
Hopefully I go to heaven.
Okay, so you believe heaven and hell?
I believe heaven and hell.
Okay, and so hopefully you go to heaven. Why do you think you would go to heaven?
I just think, I mean, honestly, I have sinned and I have done a lot of bad stuff in my life. So I don't know where I would go, but just I would want to go to heaven. That's why I say I'll go to heaven, because I want to go to heaven.
Yeah, shoot, I want to go to heaven too. But so I believe I'm going to heaven. I feel like in confidence that not because I'm a good person, like you said. Like I've done some wrong stuff. Yeah. You know, I've lusted before, I've lied before, disobeyed my parents, all that type of stuff. And but I believe I'm going to heaven because of Jesus. And so I believe Jesus lived 2,000 years ago, was a real person, walked on this earth, but he was the perfect person. You know, none of us could be, because he wasn't just a man, but he was also God, the Son of God here on earth. And have you ever heard John 3:16, a Bible verse before?
No, sir.
John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, Jesus, that whoever believes in him wouldn't perish and go to hell and be separated from God, but would have eternal life." And so the Christian reason of why you go to heaven is not because you're a good person, you like work so hard for it, and you've done more good things than bad, but the Bible talks about how, like, all of us have sinned, and that a weight of the sin is death, and that we all deserve to be punished because God's a holy, good God. But Jesus came to save us from our sin. You know, have you ever thought about, like, you know, Christians and stuff, they wear crosses? Like, what's the point of the cross? What do you think about that? Like, why did Jesus have to die?
I don't know. I really don't. I just think he made, like, the sacrifice, you know, just so everybody else didn't have to suffer. He took it upon himself.
Yeah, you're getting there. So Jesus, God is the perfect judge, and a good judge punishes all sin. And so we all deserve punishment because we all sinned and rebelled against God. But Jesus loved us so much that they said, "Humberto, I love you. I don't want you to die. Like, you deserve punishment, but Jesus is going to step in and take the punishment for you." And Jesus was punished on the cross and died in your place. And we deserve to be the one on the cross, but Jesus says, "I'm going to take your spot." And he took the wrath of God on the cross so that if you believe in him, he would save you from your sin, and his blood would cover you and wash away your sin, and so that you're made clean and righteous. And so when you go to heaven, you're like, God's like, "Hey, why should I let you in?" It's not you're like, "Hey, I'm a good person," because he's like, "No, I know you are not a good person, but why he's gonna let you in is because you know my son and you believed in my son, and by believing in him, you're washed clean and forgiven of your sin." And so that's the gospel. That's the good news. God made us, he loved us, but we rebelled against God, and Jesus came to save us from our sin. And it's just by believing in him and following him is what makes you clean. So what you think about all that, Humberto?
I think it was great. I think all these questions really were great, and just I think believe in God, and I will always believe in God. I used to be an atheist, I'm not gonna lie, but I've learned that there is a God and there has to be one out there.
Yeah, and I think Jesus is the answer. So, you gotta go. So, here, let me give you a card real quick. Just want to invite you to youth group. I'm a youth pastor. That's the YouTube channel. I'll put your video up